Alright guys, this is Chase BT694 playing in the 5th Reddit online tournament. So we are playing Pistachio, bid for sides. We're going to bid for 2. We bid for 2. And we'll see what happens. So, been following along. We won our first game in this tournament, but then in the second game, we had a little stumble. So there we go. We will be Russia. So then we hit the losers bracket. Now we're here in the losers bracket. We've won a couple games, and now we're just kind of hang on and see if we can stumble through it and make a little run. So looking at our ops, we've got great ops, 3-4 op cards. A great headline, a socialist government. Got Europe scoring, so maybe we can make that work. Nothing to really worry about. UN intervention. So yeah, kind of a monster starting hand to start off with here. So we will see what he does setup wise. But what I'm hopefully going to do is work in a socialist government as a headline. Hopefully he won't headline Marshall Plan, and we'll go ahead and play NATO. So it doesn't look like he's going to headline Marshall Plan. So he does kind of the standard now 4 into Italy. He plays Middle East. He picks up a quick 4 victory points. So we're going to play socialist government, and we're going to coup in NATO. And we roll a 6. Huge. So not only do we have a couple of big op cards, but we're rolling a 6. So hopefully we can keep the luck and it doesn't end there. So, but that's a good start. Hopefully we can throw some influence in Spain, protect Italy for future brush wars, and pick up domination in Europe. So it'll be interesting to see how he responds. Does he go into Afghanistan? Does he go ahead and try to take France immediately? So it'll be interesting to see what he does here. Don't know if we'll get a space in. If we were to space something, it would be Olympic Games, just to try to get on that track. But turn 1 with these ops, spreading that influence as much as possible is kind of a big thing too. Interesting. So he goes NORAD. He puts 2 in France. Looks like he probably has Truman, so we're not going to fall for that little trick. And we're going to take Spain, so now we have domination in Europe. Get the 1 in South Korea. It's always an important early op. And then we're kind of playing the same game he is with Afghanistan. So we can also go into Pakistan. We're kind of throwing that little, mucking it up a little bit there too in Asia. So it'll be interesting to see what he does here. Hopefully we can, score Europe for 7, because that would be awesome. But we'll see what he does. With them already scoring Middle East, we're not really prioritizing that. Hopefully we'll prioritize our domination of Europe, and then hopefully we can kind of duke it out here in Asia, a foothold where we'll have a chance to at least threat for domination here as well, which would be pretty awesome. So he's really, really taking his time on this one. Me, don't know if he'll go for a let's try to even up Europe kind of play. All right, so here he goes, Comic Con. He's gonna give us some influence. Okay, so he decreases, the number of country counts in Europe. So now it's 4-3. So kind of have to be careful there. Because of independent reds, we did our extras in Austria and Finland. But since he kind of threw such a tempting target in Asia, we still have some tempo here a little bit with being able to score. We're going to go ahead and see if we can coup here. Now, nice. So we take it. And I'm just going to go ahead and guess he's got the war card. But, if he wins the war card, he wins the war card. So it would hurt if he does. But he's got a full roll if he does it. So it's 50-50 on the war card. And he does. So he does have the war card. And he misses. He rolls a 3. So we could go ahead and score. But the way he's kind of played, I'm kind of leaning toward putting this Olympic Games in Afghanistan to threaten for domination in Asia too. So he could place the 2 ops into Canada, but then we could kind of pretty easy go back into Greece and make sure we have domination there. So hopefully, depending on what he does, we'd really like to be able to go ahead and score Europe. So that way we have a big 4-out card for our action round 6. But we won't have. But based off of what he does, we will kind of to reevaluate. Also, we have to kind of take in consideration with the do we play US Japan, just get it out of the deck and hold UN intervention just in case we get a CIA or something like that to kind of protect us a little bit there? Or do we go ahead and negate the opportunity for Japan to get taken by US? And so I'm leaning toward go ahead, since we still have the China card, playing UN intervention to keep Japan from happening. Not give into that country count, especially since we hadn't been able to get that tick into Southeast Asia. So if he's able to really grab all those countries, we'll definitely would like to. It'd be nice not to give him Japan. Here comes duck and cover. So he kind of attacks Southeast Asia and he keeps the country count back. So he's got 3 countries. So we've got 2 options here. We can play the US Japan card, take South Korea, and then but it leaves us up where if he decides to put 2 in Canada, we don't score Europe. So, and he might not, so you end up, so let's go ahead, in my opinion, take the sure thing in Europe. You take those points. If he's got Asia scoring, we still score. I mean, we score it for 2 points at this point if he scores it. But if he doesn't have it, and then he ends up evening up Europe, and you end up even in Europe, and then the next round he gets Asia, ends up even in Asia, really missed out. So we take so he does have Asia. So all right, we scored 2 there. We scored that. We still have a big 4-op card, so that's a big plus. We're going to go ahead and do a little attacking here, I think, in Asia. We could have cooed too, but we're going to pick up an extra victory point because we didn't coup. So, we go ahead and overtake Pakistan. Hopefully, we'll have a chance to short up a little bit with either India, and hopefully, maybe we can end up with a coup next turn on Iran. Iraq. Iran. Yep. So he's got a couple options. He can coup us, so he can go for a coup of Iraq if he wanted to, keep from us getting it, and hopefully maybe pushing us out of that region a little bit, or he can really maybe go with a big action round six play and push back into one of the Asia countries that we've kind of fought against or tried to get into. So if he goes into Thailand, it will be a coolable option. So that might keep him from doing that. Maybe he wants to go ahead and go and place a little op in Costa Rica. He's got be interesting to see what his last play is here. So we had some big hand there. But I like where we're at after turn one. We've domination in Europe. Obviously, we haven't spread any influence in the Middle East, but at the moment, we've got South Korea and we're able to pick up Pakistan. So, all in all, a pretty successful turn one. We cannot complain. Won a successful, won a huge role on Italy, and won a pretty big role on Pakistan. So, there was Truman. He tried to bait us last time. He goes ahead and protects France a little bit. So, look at our hands. We have Fidel, De Gaulle, Korean War, blockade, CIA created, 5-year plan, containment, special relationship. Great time to get CIA. We know we're going to be able to play it without having to worry about DEFCON because we have Fidel, and there's no way he's going to play De Gaulle as an event and let us place all our influence in Africa. I'd like to keep 5-year plan just in case. To me, it's one of the great cards as the Soviets to get rid of a scoring card. You never know when that's going to help you. Like for instance, we're not able to get Middle East back. We could hopefully get rid of it. Not a fantastic, in my opinion, headliner. I don't think that the necessity to play De Gaulle to try to flip France is there. So we're going to play Korean War, hopefully. Give us a chance for South Korea will be overprotected, pick up 2 victory points. So that's kind of the idea there. We'll definitely play blockade as the event to hopefully pull D-stall or decall out. Hopefully both of them will come out. So he defectors Korean War, which is not a big deal. We're okay with that. We are going to take a shot at a coup. We roll a 3 and knock them all the way out. That's not a bad influence. A bad result. Probably a better result than rolling a 4 and getting 1 influence there, because then it's an immediate target to coup back. So he's got a couple choices. He can attempt to coup Iraq, and then we'll place 2 influences to take Iran. He can, attempt to put his own influence there, and then see if we can win the coup again. So he's got that option. It'll be interesting to see what he does. Kind of tricky, we want to hold on to 5-year plan. Containments, we want to play that at the end. CIA created is 1 op, blockade's 1 op. We're playing that as for event. CIA is tricky, timing wise, even though we know it's not going to hurt us. We kind of like to play Fidel for the event, get into Cuba, but it's not necessarily something we have to do in the early war. We can play it, hope we get it early and reshuffle turn 3, especially since right now, tempo wise, trying to protect it with throwing the ops in Nicaragua and Haiti. It's early might just be such a juicy target to go ahead and realign us out. So if we have to play it for the ops, we definitely can. If we try to, once again, not necessarily a fantastic space option, but space option probably would be special relationships depending on how this goes. So we will see. We will see. So we could even theoretically play 5-year plan at the end. We'd say a CIA to make it be a kind of a 3-op round. But I really like the idea of holding on 5-year plan better than that. So all right, so he's going with the Nasser / coup play. Ooh, and it rolls a 1. So a little unlucky there for him. We'll go ahead and play special relationships, take Iran, and now went from no influence to the Middle East to fantastic shape in the Middle East. So that's awesome sauce. So pretty happy about that. Um, yeah, so right now, early war, a turn and a half through this game so far, we're feeling pretty good about where we're at. Uh, so depending on what he does, my ideal next play is probably play CIA, take Lebanon, let him do his deal, which would probably be place 1 into Thailand, and spread out. But yeah, we'll go ahead and get rid of that card, be out of the deck. Go ahead and play blockade, get it for the event, and then it's Fidel containment. It's kind of our hand decision, our layout. If he makes some really crazy play, maybe we play the China card, to kind of protect, but hopefully it doesn't happen. So he spaces decall. He is successful, picks up those 2 victory points. We're going to go ahead and take Lebanon, let him have CIA, get that out of the deck. The number 1 DEFCON suicide card in the deck against the Soviets. Get it on out of there. And hopefully, if he's got D-stall, we play blockade, we get D-stall out. And even though we didn't get him in the first 2 turns, we'll at least have him back in the reshuffle. So hopefully we get him sooner than later. So thus far, once again, doing pretty solid. Except for in Southeast Asia. Southeast Asia is a little bit of a mess. The fact that we hadn't been able to decall, so we can't go ahead and kind of get the head start on Africa, or de-stall, get the head start on South America. Definitely is not cool. As much as he's thinking, kind of makes you think he's got some trouble cards of his own. That means that we're not getting hit with something crazy. All right. definitely thinking it over, mulling it over. All right, so here he goes. All right, so we'll go ahead and play this for a bit. Gets presence in the Middle East, so would have been nice if we could have flipped Israel with a Suez Crisis card or something that's not out of the Middle East. It doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Hopefully, with blockade, we get. See, so here's the Arab-Israeli war. That's why he did that. We miss it. Oh, and he just had a discard Red Scare. All right, we want to de-stall out, but man, I'll take that. Big 4-op card out of his, and something that could have definitely hurt us. So we'll definitely take that. That's a big plus. So so he headlined defectors instead of that card. But then again, okay. So he goes 2 for 1 into Egypt. We're gonna go ahead and play Fidel. Take Libya. If he wants to retake it, you always have to worry about Sadat in the mid-war. So Egypt a lot of times will flip back his way. So I like to go ahead and just take Libya. If he wants to go ahead and take it now, throw 3 ops at it, feel free. He's probably not going to throw the 3 ops at it because he has Sadat. So go ahead and pick up the one country that we can. Keep our domination there. He's sticking around. So we'll probably go ahead and throw a op back into Egypt. Plays Romania, helps our country count, but I'm pretty sure Independent Reds hasn't been played. So, and then he's going to go ahead and head that way. So we're going to go ahead and take India. Yeah, it's might get hit with the war card, but take our chances. Kind of keep on pressing. Because if we don't take that, he throws one into Burma, and then we coup, and then he slots in there. So go ahead and take it. Take our chances with the war card. If he wants to throw a bunch of ops into Egypt, flip it, feel free. So he'll probably reinforce Thailand on this play. Just because of the chance of decall coming back out of Vietnam, coming out next round. So I don't see him doing anything crazy here, but you never know. I don't really. So there's Vietnam revolts. And so, all right. So we're at 3 victory points. Looking in great shape. We got D-Stall. Huge. Socialist government, Cambridge 5. Let's see here. Yeah, Defectors was played, so there's a chance it could get, so it's not a given he has it. Captured Nazi Scientist is a great event. All 3 sporting cards are back, so maybe we gamble. Captured Nazi Scientist is the safe play here. Go ahead, because we know we're going to play that as the event. But Cambridge 5, I never hit it. But maybe. Now, if he's got Asia and he doesn't headline, it gives us a chance to flip. If he's got Middle East, helps us take go ahead and take Egypt and then have tempo for Saudi Arabia. Or go ahead and put one in Saudi Arabia, Israel, coup Egypt. Otherwise, I'm gonna probably, given the chance, I'm gonna coup Panama. Go ahead and get our head start over in Central America, and then especially with the chance to play D-Stall. He does have Independent Reds that has not been played. So hopefully we can get D-Stall out before he puts 3 in Romania. Was tempted to go socialist government, but not really. We're there. What are we really going to do with it? Can't flip France. All we can really do is be a thorn in the side. So I'd rather have those three ops to spread influence, especially since we're going to play D-style. We're going to have a lot of work to do, hopefully really quick, because we're going to hopefully use that to get into South America. Hopefully our coup will get us in Central America, but we can then throw in Mexico or Cuba since Fidel, we don't know when it's going to come back out. Oh, we're red scared. So, all right. All right. What do we do? So, go ahead and coup. We're going to go ahead and coup Panama. So it's a 2-op card. So we get 2. We'll get the victory points. We roll 3. We knock him out. So now it's, at least we don't have to worry about the action round 6 play going into Colombia and getting to South America before us. We've also got D-style. So hopefully on this next play we can pretty quickly play D-style and start spreading some influence. Definitely play capture Nazi scientists, pick up 1 victory point there, move up the event. Maybe we space East European unrest since, we can't protect it all. It's a good, so still hold 5-year plan just as a hold card, especially. So it does. And no scoring cards this round. I know we got, our mind hit red scare, definitely where we went. But in the reroll, not a single scoring card. So good to know too. So hopefully we can go ahead and concentrate and get on out. Don't mind playing Marshall Plan. If I do play Marshall Plan, I'd like to take Greece and Turkey in the process before playing it. But with that being said, if we do play Marshall Plan, it does make NATO where it could be played as an event, and then so plays NORAD, goes ahead and shores up Southeast Asia, makes the roll for the war card on India not as easy. But we're going to go ahead, play D-stall. We'll go ahead and get it out of Romania. We're going to go ahead and get into the South Americas. We're going to go ahead and play Panama. We still have Fidel, so we could go there. And I don't want necessarily the easy realign coup in Mexico right off the bat. And then we'll play Zaire just that way. Maybe it gives us opportunity to kind of push for that South Africa deal, and then maybe we'll have some opportunities in Algeria and maybe. We are very suspect to realignment right now, so hopefully he doesn't try to realign us out. We kind of, fortify our position in South America and Central America and even Africa. Maybe he wants to go ahead and he could flip Zaire, take a 3-up card and flip it, which would be okay at this point. We've got a tick mark there, and we can spread influence and kind of battle back. It might not be right now, but we can definitely do that. If we can spread our stability in South America, this would be pretty huge right now. All right, so here's the realignment. Hopefully we are a little lucky. Oh, he rolled a 6. We're out. North and South America. I'm assuming he's going Chile next. Maybe he goes Zaire too. So he goes Zaire. 2-1. We roll another 1. So we're out of Africa. Kind of a bummer. At least he can't take us out of Panama and Chile at the same time. All right. We rolled a one again, but luckily he missed. We're going to prioritize South America. Um, so we'll go ahead and take Argentina. So now, if we do get knocked out, it takes more than one roll there. And then, um, so hopefully we'll be okay. All right, so there's independent Reds. So like the fact that it didn't get invented against Romania, and we win the two rolls in Panama. So we're gonna gamble a little bit. We're gonna go ahead and play capture scientist, pick up the victory point. We're even it up on the space track. And then we're probably going to space next turn, and then we'll hopefully do a little more spreading of the influence on our last turn. Whew. Hopefully, with the last play of Independent Reds of whiffing on the influence, so you're still in a part in the game where you really need to spread your influence. And realignment doesn't spread your influence; it just takes influence out. So that's part of the balance of this game. Is yep, you can realign, you can knock me out, but you're also not spreading your influence when you do that. So maybe we're obviously he's got a head start in Africa. Maybe push a little bit. Maybe you go ahead and take Mexico. Uh, you know, instead of trying to take Panama. So definitely, it's one of the things I love about this game is a whole lot of different decisions. And both can be right and both can be wrong. One time, one decision might work for you, and the next time you try the exact same decision and ends up with terrible consequences. So, yeah, so what makes this great. Is that you can make the perfect play and you can still be wrong. Sometimes you can make an awful play and it ends up working. So that's kind of the way it is. We're one thing we do need to be cognizant about Europe is country count is 4-3. So we got to be able to pounce back on the country count. See what he does here. So goes ahead and decides to spread some influence versus realign this, which just makes me happy. So we're gonna go ahead and space Marshall Plan, keeps NATO. Or hopefully that helps us. We can now space 2 cards, so if we want to, we can space East European Unrest, and try to pick up that 2 victory points. So he spaces, so it might not even have a chance. He hits it, so even if we wanted to, we're gonna go ahead and play this as the event. First, he's gonna knock out a couple of Germany, Poland, and probably Austria or Finland, which we're fine with. Warsaw hasn't been played. We can handle that hit. It doesn't really change really a whole lot in Europe. And then we have 2 ops. So what we're gonna do is make sure we have a presence in Central America. Go ahead and take Egypt, even though I know that's Sadat's going to come back out. But hey, maybe he doesn't for a while. We'll have it, at least make him fight for it. And then hopefully turn 4 will be a good turn for us. Let's see what he does with his 2 influence. All right. So he's attacking Africa hard. So, all right. So once again, got some great cards. Southeast Asia, glad we get this because we have 5-year plan. We've held it for the whole game. So, hopefully Africa or Southeast Asia, we'll definitely be happy getting rid of Southeast Asia. Big 4-out card NATO. We didn't play this with our Marshall Plan last play, so we can play that unaffected. Indo-Pakistan War card. Headline-wise, we could either try to get 2 victory points by playing Indo-Pakistan War card. We could gamble a little bit with Missile Envy. But if we do that and we get caught with We Will Bury You or something like that, like, headlines, grain sales, as We Will Bury You, then it's just all bad. We lose a game and we're in good shape. So can't play Missile Envy, even though it's tempting. Junta, it's hard. Granted, it gives us some great influence in South America, but we hold on to it just tempo wise. So I think I'm going to play Defectors. Keep them getting the 1 victory point from playing it. It's basically a non-event. We're just choosing not to give up a victory point. So he plays grain sales. He pulls John Paul, which is interesting. So he has an interesting choice. Does he go ahead and take the coup, the guaranteed coup, make sure he gets the military ops and kind of guarantees that we don't counter back into Africa? Or does he play that for the event in Europe? So does he have the Europe scoring card? Attack there. So we'll see what happens. We'll make our play where we probably end up having to play the China card this hand because we're going to play 5-year plan to get rid of Southeast Asia. So we're not scoring Southeast Asia, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're definitely not doing that. We're not giving them those 6 victory points. We still have a couple opportunities to get military ops where, we have Sahara states where we can coup into Sahara states. And we also have Indo-Pakistan War card where we play that war card for military ops. We have Junta, depending on what he does. Possible we could get our military ops there, but that will definitely give us some influence into the northern part of South America or into Mexico or Cuba. So we got some interesting dynamics with our hand here. And but it's kind of hard to really map out what we're going to do. Hopefully, let's see. I don't know. We're hoping okay. So he's playing the event. We can't just cavalierly give up our Europe. So we're definitely going to repair that. Also, if he coups, depending on where he coups, Panama or South America and Argentina, we do have Junta where we can play back in there. Junta can give us a chance to redo what he does. So go ahead and play in Costa Rica to protect against a coup there. We might go ahead and make Argentina not quite as attractive of a target, and we'll go there. So the good news here too is most likely, so he coups because we just gave it to him, but then that lets us also coup Sahara states, and then hopefully maybe a chance to get to Nigeria. Whoa. Sorry about that. Hopefully you guys got zoomed in there. he's really thinking about it. It makes me curious, kind of what he's thinking about. So here comes our man into Ron. Good after Panama. He knocks us out, but that's why we threw one in Costa Rica, so we can go right back in. So the choice here is, do we go ahead and go immediately back into Panama? But I think what we're going to do is we definitely go ahead and follow up with our USSR states. We only rolled a 2. But at least we're there in Africa fighting to keep from complete control, U.S. control of it, which would hurt. So. I thought we would have caught the immediate coup back in Sahara states. Kind of what I assumed would happen. Interesting that, I almost thought it'd be pretty quick playback. Oh, OSA founded. Where's he going with it? Both in South America. All right. So one of the reasons why we kept Junta around. So gamble a little bit. We'll throw it into Brazil, and then we'll see if we can at least realign them out of Brazil without realigning ourselves. So we got a +1 modifier. We roll a 4, he rolls a 3, knocks him out. We get a second shot, even roll, 50-50 roll. Oh, we roll a 6, we knock him out. Huge. So big result there. We now have a chance to really push South America. So gives us a chance to hopefully throw some quick ops in there and have a chance to have complete control. So there you go. He's got the South American scorecard. Decides to go ahead and play it, only giving us 4. We'll go ahead and make sure we get to Nigeria and go ahead and throw a little presence in Panama. But let's go ahead and do this so that way we can actually have it, just in case he's got the scoring card. So all in all, fantastic. So would have been nice to score South America for more, but we have a chance to push for control there for the next scoring rounds, for the late war scoring rounds of it. We're in, we've got presence in Africa, so we don't have to worry about right at the moment losing or giving up a ton of points to control. We pushed our lead up to 10 victory points, and there's not really a region we're really way behind in. I mean, so we're, we have the battleground count in Asia, even though he's got the country count. So maybe we can flip Laos, Cambodia at some point, maybe sneak in a Taiwan flip or Indonesia flip. So we have a chance to kind of be sneaky over there, maybe, and flip that to domination. We have the China card, except we're probably going to play it this turn because we're going to play into a Pakistan war card and then play 5-year plan to play Southeast Asia, and then on our last play we'll play the China card. Hopefully we can make a big splash, maybe take something in the Middle East, or really attack Algeria or something to that effect. Oh, so he takes our China card. All right. We're going to go ahead and push a little bit in the Middle East. That scorecard hasn't come out. I'm going to go ahead and take presence in our domination in Central America because he definitely, went after Panama earlier, so maybe he still has that scorecard. That was his coup attempt earlier in the game, especially when because he had South America scoring and he decided to coup Panama instead of Argentina. Granted, we had the three, so that's the reason why we did that. All right. So we're going to play 5-year plan now. It's going to pull Southeast Asia. Now he is going to get the double flip. So he's going to get the, the 2 turns back to back. Maybe he won't notice. But we're going to protect some of our Asia assets since we don't have, we lost the China card. There. Push Middle East a little bit. The one thing that I didn't think about is he did play John Paul. So if he has Europe right now, he gets to play, and keep it from happening. Throw 2 ops in Canada or throw 2 ops into Poland and score Europe for England. So he could do that if he has Europe. If he doesn't have Europe, he could set something up here. Really try to make a big flip somewhere. One of the reasons why we did that, since we don't have the China, we don't have the China card, but, he could, with 2 plays, even though it costs him a little more in South Korea or North Korea, make a big push for one of those countries. Warsaw Pact hasn't been played. Oh, Europe scoring. So that's 5. So either he didn't realize we didn't have a card, or he just has something he can't play here on this last turn and he's spacing. So we'll see what it is. But huge 5 points. I was sitting there thinking that we messed up and he was going to be able to get an easy domination in Europe. So, or to keep us from getting that 5 points. It'll be interesting to see what his last play is. If he made a mistake or if he easily might not have realized we didn't have a card to play our action round 7. See what his last play is. But man, turn 4 was good. We pushed our lead to 15. We got military ops and we're not losing any ops there. What hasn't scored is Asia, which right now we score for 2. So we could definitely make a push for Laos and Cambodia. We're great in the Middle East, but he could make a push there. He flips Egypt, he takes Saudi. But we're in fantastic shape there. Muslim Revolution we hadn't seen it yet. So Middle East is good. Okay. So he plays the Inde. It means we'll get Chile. And he coups. He rolls a big 6. So he kind of threatens Nigeria, which is definitely... All right, so we have Africa scoring, but we have ABM treaty. So hopefully... and we've got flower power and nuclear test ban and Cuban Missile Crisis. So we've got a ton of ops. We're going to play Fidel, just in case he plays Central America scoring, thinking he can get out of it for even. And then hopefully we'll coup with nuclear test ban in Zaire, and then we'll have ABM treaty to go after Angola. So that's kind of the plan. And then maybe we'll be able to score Africa for some nice points. So definitely will space your Siri. Maybe bear trapped. So much for our cooing. Yep. So all right. So we'll go ahead and get rid of your Siri. We miss it. That is not good. At least we'll be able to get rid of Camp David, I guess. So silver lining. Hopefully, we'll be able to get out of it, because then we'll get rid of special relationships. You know. So hopefully, thankfully, we've got ABM treaty and another big couple 4-op cards, so we'll be able to at least hopefully not be awful in Central America. But we'll also see if he's got the Central America scoring card or the Middle East scoring card. He might attempt to go ahead and coup, knowing that we still have to get rid of card. Then he can play a 3-up card and flip Nigeria. So it'll be interesting to see what he decides to coup this turn. Especially if he has Sadat, coup after Libya, play Sadat, you flip Egypt. Now, now you can actually end up with domination in the Middle East if he has that scoring card pretty easily with a good event card and a good coup in Libya. But it might, well, but I might also place all his chips into the Africa. He doesn't know we have Africa, but maybe he feels like that's his best place and only shot. He can, coup Nigeria and throw a bunch of ops in South America and hold on. We haven't seen either one of the kind of South Africa card, South Africa, and uh, the Portuguese revolts card. So it'll be interesting to see what he does here with his coup opportunity, especially knowing that he's going to get 2 cards or 2 hands back to back. Wow, so he's playing the China card, and he coups Panama, only rolls a 1. Dude, I feel for you, Pistachio. You have had some bad luck with some rolls. We get out of the trap, and then hopefully we can ABM treaty Zaire, and then maybe then slam 4-ops into Angola, flip it. So we still have a shot there. We also need to get our an op back to Panama, because it definitely feels like he might have Central America card. Central America. He definitely doesn't have Middle East, because he would have definitely couped there, I think, given the situation. So he spaces. Yeah. So we spread some influence. We press our advantage in the Middle East. We shore up Panama and Central America. So we're definitely threatening there. We overprotect Nigeria, so he can't just slam in a 3 or 4-op card. And then, hopefully we can threaten a bit here in Africa. Knowing that we've got essentially 12 huge ops. So hopefully we can ABM treaty, and then slam some ops into Angola and flip it. So he's going for the realignment. So he's going Cuba. So once again, it kind of makes you feel like he's definitely got South Central America. Maybe we should and spread out to the non-battlegrounds there. It was probably the mistake. Part of it was a tempo thing, trying not to get into a coup battle in Central America, knowing we have to deal with Africa. But got it there. So play the event. We're going to coup. We roll a 5, so that's pretty huge. And right now, if he doesn't protect Angola, we will definitely play nuclear test ban in there and try to take it. for sure. So if he has a 2 up card and he just takes South Africa, we slam everything in Angola. If he, um, it might not be a bad attempt to try to realign. So if he tries to realign us to get us out of Nigeria, um, it's unlikely he lines us all the way out of Zaire just because of our big number there. So it could happen. Depending on how big of a card gets, at some point we definitely want to shore up Venezuela as well. I still don't think liberation theology's come out yet either. Maybe. Still has Voice of America hasn't come out either. So we have to be cognizant of that. Like for example, with Brazil at 2, it not just knocks us out. But for the most part, a lot of our places are at this point overprotected enough where it hurts us, but it doesn't kill us. Kind of the same thing with what's going on in most of Asia. Got a lower protection. Does it hurt us? Yes. Does it make it easy just for them to flip? No. Especially since we have the China card back. Um, so like right now, for example, if you had the China card or the Voice of America, you'd probably take us out of Nigeria, and then we would 100% take Angola. He'd probably go to Nigeria and Libya. So, and then if he has, so Willie Brandt, so we catch a victory point, and he overprotects, but he doesn't take South Africa. So we 100% get rid of Africa scoring for even here. Boom. Nice. So now we have a couple big cards to hopefully do some damage here. So we have been extremely fortunate so far with some of our coup rolls and getting some big cards. And when we've cooed with our big cards, we've been successful. He took the China card and rolled a 1 and that's a gut to the punch, man. I feel for you, Pistachio. But I don't feel for you that bad. So looking at regions where hopefully we can still push the advantage in Middle East. It might not be the worst idea to play a 4-op card into Laos, Cambodia. That would put us at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and he would have 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we take maybe we can flip another one. We have the China card, and then we'll have domination in Asia as well. We can also push the Middle East because we are still worried about, so if he flips Egypt with Sadat, slams a bunch of ops into Saudi, and we can't let Middle East, go. It'd be nice to grab one extra country so that way, kind of make sure that he doesn't think that he can flip the Middle East. We want to hammer that home. Definitely want to still take Venezuela. Protect against a Voice of America there too. So he goes for a realignment, lose 1. Not our priority. We could throw 1 back. We're gonna go ahead and go Venezuela protect against the Voice of America play. And then we went ahead and went to Israel for 2 reasons. I don't mind going ahead and taking it outright. Because Israel is a hard country to flip once you have it. No one really ever tries. But let's say he plays a dot, knocks us out of Egypt, and then he plays Voice of America, knocks us out of Libya. At least gives us an opportunity to then slam some ops back into Egypt and kind of fight for that part of. Um, ooh, nice. That would have been a nice win if we could have won that. Up to 5 or 6, I think would have won. Um, yeah, and it would have put us in great shape there. We could throw 2 ops versus 4 ops that we're about. So depending on what he does. So right now, what we'd like to do are kind of our things we want to do list. We'd like to pick up either Saudi Arabia or Israel. I would prioritize personally. I know a lot of people would because it's 4 ops. Now it's 4 ops either way you go. I would prioritize Israel personally. I know we still have to worry about Camp David. It's just 1 op, but we can repair it. It's not. No one's going to flip it that way. I don't think. Saudi Arabia, you do have to worry about the card later in the late war that could flip Saudi Arabia, depending on how it's played. We could once again kind of attack Cambodia, but kind of looking at it, he's thinking, I go Saudi America, I can go Saudi. Maybe he can flip Israel, so yeah. So definitely, I think looking at it just to make sure. So we could have spaced special relationship, but it's not going to hurt. It's not like we needed to get it out of our hand. Ooh, that was weird. But we are in fantastic shape in this game. So we can score points in Asia. Right now, we score for 2, and we can battle for domination. So if we get that scoring card, we have the China card. We definitely can make a play for it. The let's see where else. Obviously, we're great in the Middle East. We've got South America locked down long term. So if we can't pull out a win before the reshuffle of the late war reshuffle or the turn 7 reshuffle, I should say, however you want to look at it, we're fantastic there. So you look around the board, we're in awesome shape. If you're US, you're hoping to be able to make a play and maybe in Poland, but you still have to worry about Warsaw Pact. That card's still in the deck. Maybe you try to get over to Turkey and Greece and at least do the country counts even up there. So you're behind in Europe. No matter what you do, you have to definitely do some influence in that region. You're fine in Central America, but you're way behind in South America. You're even in Africa, but you feel okay, but you're behind the Middle East. So we're as the Soviets, we're in great shape. So he's making a play into Poland, which isn't. We don't have to worry about that necessarily too bad because the the scoring just hasn't happened. Where we have to play. Into Poland. Warsaw Pact is still out there. So right here, looking at our hand, kind of 2 options here. We play We Will Bury You. It drops a DEFCON. We can pick up 3 victory points. We're going to play Korean War and then just kind of see what happens after that. Depending on what headlines, we could still do it, on turn 2 if it doesn't drop. We don't have to worry about, kind of something crazy happening. Long Government might have been a decent play because then you can kind of see what he's got and you can kind of, play to that. So, so we've got a couple options. Definitely we can coup Mexico, probably with Alliance for Progress, or maybe We Will Bury You, just that big 4-up card, and then with that, try to score Central America, hopefully win. And after that, our hand's not great. Summit, Panama Canal, just a bunch of one-uppers. We can deal with it. It's not that big of a deal. Middle East hasn't been played yet, so we're going to hold on to that as long as we can before having to deal with it. You know, so he plays Asia, which is going to give us a couple victory points. So, and we win the war. So that's 2 victory points. That's 3. Yeah. So we're at 19. We need 1 victory point. So we can play We Will Bury You if he, let's see, if UN Intervention hasn't been played. Let's see here. All right. Yeah, I still think it's the play. So maybe we coup with it, and I almost if we win with the coup, it almost guarantees us a victory with Central America. But I think at this point, you almost force him to, if he has it, he has it. Um, but we'll see. There's good chances to win right here. Um, and hopefully, the safe play might have been cooing with the odds for progress. And then scoring Central America. But I like this play. Um, Brush Ward's still out there. We hadn't seen it. So you might have cooed and then got Brush Ward and lined out before we could do anything. And so, but we're definitely putting the pressure on. So we'll see what he has if he plays you in intervention. So it's either he has it or he doesn't. So nice. So we win. So let's see where he brush wars for giggles. I didn't even show it. Wow. So the so we win. We get 3 victory points, which is pretty huge, and we win. So good game. Thank you guys for watching. We had a ton of ops in this card. We had big rolls. So we got the ops and we had the luck. I don't know much what Pistachio could have done on that particular game. We just kind of had one of those games where we got to roll. But thank you guys for watching, and hopefully tune in to the next tournament game, and hopefully keep winning and battle back. Thanks, guys.